Is it just me, or is the one-of-one marker really hard to see on this card? It took me a few minutes. After thinking the designation was an error, I finally saw it on the back of the card in the middle of the picture. On the bottom, in silver letters, you can see one of one.
CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.
Hello, wrestling fans and sports collectors. This is Tom from CollectAWrestlePalooza. Today I am counting down the top 5 prices paid for WWE Prizm wrestling cards during the months of March or April of 2024. So let's start with the criteria for this video. For a sale to be included in the top 5, it has to be an eBay auction. I only look at sales from auctions as I feel that represents the true market for wrestling cards, and there is no bigger auction house than eBay. Second, the auction has to end in a legitimate sale. For example, I do not include auctions that have unregistered users recording bids or auctions that end with a best offer. There were a couple big sales I did not include on this list for that reason. The Undertaker Select Ringside Black from the end of April was relisted by the same seller after the auction ended, so I did not include it. There was also a big Gable Stevenson sale, but the second to last bid was from an unregistered user, so again, it was not included on this list. Third, this top 5 only includes auction sales that come up when I search for WWE Prizm on eBay, which could be Panini Prizms or Panini Select Prizms. As long as it's a Prizm card, it is eligible. And finally, I am only including sales from March or April of 2024. Coming in at number 5 is a superstar we don't see on these top 5 lists too often. A Raw Black one-of-one Lita Legendary Signatures auto card from the 2023 Panini Prizm WWE Series. I love starting the list with this card. Lita is an underrated and often overlooked athlete and pioneer in women's wrestling entertainment. Some may remember her for running with Edge and the Hardy Boys, but she is also a 4-time women's singles champion and a WWE Hall of Famer. She started her wrestling career more than 25 years ago in Mexico, inspired by the great Rey Mysterio. Her legacy is vast, influencing Paige, Bayley, and AJ Lee, both as a singles competitor and as a former tag team champion. Little known fact, Lita wrestled in the first ever women's steel cage match in WWE, facing Victoria in 2003. For all these reasons, this card sold at auction for $1,325. Coming in at number 4 is a superstar we see fairly often in our top 5 lists, Alexa Bliss. This 2023 Panini Prizm White Sparkle one-of-one autograph card sold at auction for $1,652. Bliss is a future WWE Hall of Famer for sure. She is only the second ever Triple Crown winner, having held the SmackDown, Raw, Tag Team, and 24/7 belts during her ongoing career. Bliss cards are extremely popular as she has a legitimate connection to her fans. And this is a White Sparkle card. Panini releases White Sparkles in limited print runs direct from their website. You cannot buy them in stores. They are shiny, beautiful, and rare. The crown jewel of the White Sparkle line is the one-of-one auto, hence the final selling price of this Bliss card, even though the card itself is only rated authentic. Coming in at number 3 is a beautiful black one-of-one from the first Panini Prizm WWE set. This 2022 Raw Dominik Mysterio sold at auction for $1,913. Few wrestlers are able to capture immediate heat as a heel the way Dominik did in 2022 when he joined Judgment Day. Turning his back on the great Rey Mysterio and the Mysterio family, Dominik aligned with Rhea Ripley and even fought his dad at WrestleMania, coming out in handcuffs from the back of a police vehicle before the match. Dominik is great on the mic, great in the ring, and captivating in his own right, transcending his father's fame. The 2022 Panini Prizm WWE set is also important. It is one of the first serious wrestling card releases using the WWE license ever, and is the first Prizm WWE release. One-of-ones from the 2022 set are special. The Rock cards sold for 6 figures, and whenever one comes up for auction, collectors want a sacred piece of the 2022 set. Coming in at number 2 is a 2023 one-of-one WWE Prizm White Sparkle Auto of Cora Jade in a Gem Mint PSA 10 that sold at auction for $2,151. A White Sparkle Sensational Signature one-of-one in a PSA 10 is a top-shelf card, regardless of the superstar. Cora Jade is a prospect, having wrestled in and out of WWE's developmental company NXT for the last 3 years, winning the Tag Team Championship on one occasion with Roxanne Perez. She is currently sidelined with a torn ACL. Investing in Cora Jade right now feels like a gamble, despite her successes in NXT. Is it just me, or is the one-of-one marker really hard to see on this card? It took me a few minutes. After thinking the designation was an error, I finally saw it on the back of the card in the middle of the picture. On the bottom, in silver letters, you can see one-of-one. Speaking of ones, coming in at number 1 is WWE legend and Hall of Famer, the Texas Rattlesnake Stone Cold Steve Austin's 2022 Panini Select Ringside Black one-of-one card in a PSA 10 sold at auction for $3,477. This card has so many things going for it. It is from 2022, the first year of Panini WWE Select. It is a black one-of-one. It is graded a perfect PSA 10. It depicts a wrestling goat. The design and photograph are top-notch. And finally, it is of the Ringside tier, which is the best subset of Select. Even though this is not part of the Panini Prizm set per se, it is still a Prizm card, as many Panini Select cards still have the Prizm designation. And you can't pull any better Select card than a black Ringside Prizm. And that does it for this week. What do you think of the 5 highest WWE Prizm wrestling card prices? Which of these cards would you like to own? Leave a comment and let us know. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I publish new content every week. Thank you truly for the support.
CollectAWrestlePalooza, CollectAWrestlePalooza.